hearts race and the crowd goes wild. All across the nation, the Dirt Track Warriors duke it out for what matters the most: the trophy and the glory. This is Gas and Glory, presented by R&R Enterprises.
Direct from the studios here at R&R Enterprises, welcome to another edition of Gas and Glory, the racing show that would run the ball from the 1-yard line. I'm Kyle Looters, and I'm joined by the young stallion, the show pony of R&R himself, Neil Quick. How's it going, man?
Pretty good. Show pony.
Show pony.
Absolutely.
You are the cream of the crop around here, buddy.
I am, I'm telling you.
You brought sexy back to R&R.
I do. I know. I mean, thanks. I mean, you don't have to tell me every time like something like this. I mean, I got this covered, okay?
You've got it covered. Well, you also have to cover me when we go to Jimmy Johan's later this week, and you owe me a tasty sandwich by virtue of the New England Patriots beating the Seattle Seahawks.
Thank you, Pete Carroll.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
maybe
thanks.
you should have went beast mode on your television this weekend, or did you go beast mode on your television when Russell Wilson threw the pick that cost you a tasty sandwich?
Well, I mean, it was the Seahawks Super Bowl to win, and I still see that they won it, minus not winning.
So wait, how does a team win the Super Bowl but not win it?
Well, I mean, how would you like to be? I mean, the guy that makes the great catch, that cursed guy that, looked like a juggler making the catch, get them to where they should be scoring. I mean, honestly, no offense to Casey Kane, but Casey Kane could have ran that ball in from the 3-yard line.
Casey Kane, noted sprint car team owner and NASCAR Sprint Cup Series driver, leads us into a good segue. We talk some racing. Neil, the offseason is finally getting over with. Now, we've had Winter Heat, we've had Chili Bowl, we've had the whole 9 yards. But now it really feels like the season is getting going. One of the first events that we will have, Nitro Mayhem returns as the Circle K Winter Nationals kick off in Pomona this weekend. A ton of new changes this season for NHRA. No more Friday coverage on ESPN3 means they're devoting more time and more resources to live Sunday shows, which is cool. Always love to see live racing on television. Also, the oil down fines get stiffer this year. Listen to this. The first time you leave oil down on the track, it's $1,000 and a 5-point fine. Not too bad. Well, if you keep being a repeat offender, it goes all the way up to $18,000 and 50 points by the 10th time cumulative on the season that you lay oil down on the track. So I got out my calculator. If you reach 10 times of leaving oil on the track this season, you're going to be fined $91,000 and docked 275 points. Your thoughts?
Well, I think really here at R&R we should go to a similar program actually for the men's restroom up here. I mean, I'm looking at this, I'm going, really? Because he'd be the leading candidate. He'd be the first one.
So Ryan would be the one we'd be finding $91,000.
Or more.
That would cover an exhaust fan in there.
That you're probably right. Probably some new monies for the marketing department too, eh, Kyle?
Dude, we could get an amazing studio for $91,000.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great idea from NHRA to use for the restroom up here, but as it goes for drag racing, I think it sucks.
It's more money out of the competitors' pockets.
Yeah, don't make a mistake and don't overtune it, boys. You're liable to be hit double, not only for the motor parts and the possibility and the expenditures of ruining a great power plant. Now you got to pay for the track cleanup too.
Basically so, but Tom Compton, thank you for the idea. We're going to run that one up the flagpole with the owner, and who knows?
I think it's a great idea for here, though.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
110%. Let's get on that. That's NHRA drag racing. That's coming up this weekend at Circle K Winter Nationals in Pomona. And now, Neil, this is really cool because right after we recorded the show last week was when the news broke that Tony Stewart, Smoke himself, had become the new owner of the UNOH All-Star Circuit of Champions, and that they had merged with the Renegade Sprint Series over in Ohio. So the battle for Ohio is over. But
well, is it? Or, I mean, as many changes and different things that went on, and Tony purchased it last week. Who knows? I could have bought it this week from Tony.
Really?
Well, no.
You've been in touch with Tony's people?
No.
I'm thinking you should have bought it from somebody else. You might have gotten a little cheaper.
Well, I mean, we're good friends with them folks over there, but I'm sure that Tony would definitely be in it for the profit.
I'm thinking you're exactly right there, but nevertheless, the UNOH All-Star Circuit of Champions kicking off their season this coming weekend down at Bubba Raceway Park in Ocala, Florida, and really it kind of kicks things off for the sprint cars, the wing sprint cars that is, getting things going down in Florida.
Yeah, it's that time of the year, and especially excited for Speed Week to start down there. And Bubba always busts his butt trying to put on a good show down there at the track.
Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, I would have messed that up the second time out here.
Oh my goodness, but we did hear that these will be non-point shows as they are still trying to get all of the... I mean, this transaction really happened last week, and they're going to go racing this week. Neil, that's kind of intense.
It's kind of like the way we get T-shirts done around here.
I wouldn't have told everybody that.
Yeah, I mean, you called today, guys, we'll get it done next week. No, I'm joking. No. But we'll find a way to get it done.
We will find a way to get it done. We want to say thank you to all the Team R&R drivers. Anytime you're, maybe talking about your shirts or your apparel or your merchandise, please use the hashtag Team R&R. That's how we like to keep track of everybody and let people know how we're doing. Speaking of, we are on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and iTunes as Gas and Glory. Trying to up that view count, that listen count. We're working on some great promotions here, particularly involving a night out at the races with Neil. You'll get a
really.
Yeah, I'm thinking what we do is
how come I was included into this?
I'm thinking we park Club R&R right off of turn 3 at a racetrack, and you host the party for the winners.
Kyle, you've been to the races. I don't host any parties at races.
Well, you might just have to do something a little different now. We're growing and evolving here.
Well, I'm all for something new. Why not? Let's throw a party.
All right, Club R&R, right outside turn number 3 at I-55. We move on.
Turn number 3? Yeah, basically at the bottom of the hill.
You'll get way closer to that. And, Neil, this is really cool because we got the chance this week to sit down and talk with Joey Saldana about the start of the 2015 season. He's got a new crew chief with Randy Wolf and a few other things. Here is that interview with Joey. It is a barn burner. And our feature interview this week is Joey Saldana, the driver of the number 71M Modern Equipment Hemsaw Beltline Body Shop GF1. Joey, welcome back to Gas and Glory. How you doing today?
Doing good.
Well, it's good to hear that voice anyways. And Bud, you have had a very busy offseason. You didn't go to Australia, but, you were in a midget throughout the entire winter, it seems like. So give us a recap. Fill us in on how the midget went, because I know you were over at the Battle at the Center, and then you went down to Chili Bowl, too.
Well, you just broke up, but I think what you're talking about was my midget.
Yep. Sorry about that. There you go.
I spent the off season building a midget, and it was kind of a process. I started last Chili Bowl a year ago. John Godfrey. When I started racing, I worked for John for a few years, and I always wanted to have a midget. And after last year's Chili Bowl, he made it happen, got me a car, and then it was time to go find some help and put it together. And luckily, we built a really nice car and ran to Coin and Chili Bowl this year, and just had a lot of fun, enjoyed every minute of it, and can't wait for next year.
Well, now we heard that you had a pretty demanding car owner too. We heard that she was, kind of on the reins and, kind of spurring you on a bit.
I think the biggest thing with her is she, having 2 sons, and I race to provide for a family, and building a race car makes absolutely no sense, and building a midget is absolutely even crazier. So honestly, it was just she wanted me to be smart about what I was doing, and not, it's I can't just worry about Joey anymore. It's Reese, Reagan, and Shannon is my first priorities. So just don't want to do anything stupid, and obviously you didn't want to get yourself hurt to where you couldn't run the outlaw season, because that's how I make my money. So just be smart and enjoy myself, and I did, and I had a great time. We were lucky enough to win one of the 3 races and ran 4th in the other one in a DNF. So all in all, my first car owner, being a real car owner, it was a lot of fun. I had some success, so she was happy with that, and we can worry about next year. So all in all, it was a win-win.
Well, good deal. Speaking with Joey Saldana here on Gas and Glory, you can follow him. He's on Twitter, and they also have the Joey Saldana Racing Facebook page. So, yeah, that was cool, and we had a little bit of fun with Shannon, your I put it in quotation marks, car owner this year. She seemed like she enjoyed herself with the midget and everything. But 2015 is here, Joey, and you guys are getting ready to head down to Florida. And you will be behind the seat of the number 71M, once again, that yellow, famous ride. We figure you're excited for the season. You know, everybody, it seems like every press conference or quotes that you get right now are, oh, I'm excited, I'm blessed, it's ready to go. But what are one or two things that you're really pumped up about for this season?
For myself, I think everyone is excited. Everyone's excited for the season to start. And for myself, I realize, I'm 42 years old. I'm not 22. So, you take every race for what it is and you appreciate it. You move on to the next one. And if you compete a whole season with the World of Outlaws, it's awesome. It's a great accomplishment. And I've said it many a times, I don't foresee myself racing to be 60 years old. I realize that, this could be my last year or the next year at racing at this level. And you never know, one of my sons might want to race. So if I'm going to do that, I need to devote my time towards them. So, I just appreciate every moment I get, and being able to race with the Outlaws at a high level is very rewarding. And there's some goals I have for myself. I definitely want to win an Knoxville Nationals, and I want to win at least 100 official World of Outlaw races, and we're close there. So there's goals I have, and I want to achieve them. And this could be the year. We got a great team. We got an awesome engine program. We got a great group of guys, Sean and Derek, and now Randy Wolf is the crew chief. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to Florida, and it's just awesome to be part of a team that's capable of going out and winning a World of Outlaw race, and hopefully we can put it all together and win a championship.
You mentioned Randy Wolf there, Joey, and I thought it was really interesting that there's quite a connection really between your and Randy's racing careers, because Randy got his start as a 17-year-old crew member with Lee Osborne back in the 70s, and then you kind of mentioned that Lee Osborne was instrumental in your driving career as well too.
Yeah, honestly, when I started my racing career, it was go work for Lee Osborne and learn how to build race cars, and that was in 86, 87. And at the time, I was building cars for Randy Wolf and Jimmy Nace and Tim G, guys like that. Guys that, it wasn't Steve Kinzer. It was the guys that were trying to compete against Steve Kinzer. And, all them type guys, they don't get the recognition they deserve. They were out there beating the road down just like everybody else trying to make it with the World of Outlaws. And you learn a lot from guys like that. So I have a lot of respect for Randy and Lee Osborne, and he comes from the same mold that I did, and he learned from what I think is one of the best guys you could ever learn from, and that's Lee Osborne. So for me, it's a win-win. Having Randy on my team is unbelievable. I never thought it would even happen. Obviously, he's tried really hard for a team for his son, Lucas, and they've had some success, but it's just like anybody else's team in sprint car racing. It's a financial burden, and I think they'll run into that with Randy and Lucas. So it just worked out that he could be a part of our team, and hopefully we can make it an adjustment for him that he's glad he made, and we have some success together.
Hoping for that as well for you too, Joey. Taking a look at the statistics, sitting at 91 career Outlaw wins, so 9 to get to 100, 10 to go over that mark. It would be something that only 6 drivers have ever done in the history of the sport, so that would put you right up there with one of the greatest all time. But getting back to Randy Wolf here, how important is that communication between the driver and the crew chief? And, I think it's different for each kind of group, but how do you go about building that communication and trying to find that common ground between you and the guy turning the wrenches on the car?
That's probably the most complicated part in sprint car racing right now. Obviously, Donnie and Ricky Warner I've figured that feat out, and George Fisher and Dale Blaney. And if you look at them guys, they're the ones that have been together the longest. Or, you obviously have the KKR teams with Cale and Darren and Carver and now Brad Sweet. I mean, which, their notebooks are through Willie Kane and, all their success. So it's really just having the knowledge and the feedback from all your teams or the people you're with. And for us, it's just me and Randy starting. But I think the biggest thing is you have to respect each other and appreciate what each person is and what their part is with the team. And for me, having Randy, it's total respect. It's an honor to work with him, and hopefully we can figure what each other's wanting fast and have a shot at winning one of these races in Florida, because it's always a big race down in Florida to even be competitive, let alone win a race. It's hard to do. Last year we won the first race down there, and that was just the start of getting the year rolling, and that just makes you feel comfortable going into the West Coast right after Florida. So hopefully we can go down there and be successful and learn from each other and feed off of that and just get better as the year goes, and then hopefully win enough races that Dan's happy and we have a shot at winning the big races, and that's what it's all about at the end of the year, and hopefully it's a championship.
Certainly lofty goals, but very achievable. Chatting with Joey Saldana here, coming up on the 2015 season. That lid lifter is just around the corner. Before we let you go, Joe, we all that know you and then the folks that follow along with you know that you're very much a family man and you take good care of your friends. Kind of describe the off season, and then also here recently need to give a shout out to a good friend of both of ours, Steve Gomez. Our thoughts and prayers are with him and his family. Just lost his mom, and anyone that knew Donna Gomez knew that she was just a huge sprint car fan, and she certainly will be missed.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's the off season's the best part for me. I can actually enjoy my boys and my wife and just reflect on being gone. I'm lucky enough to do what I love to do, and that's be a sprint car driver. But there is also a lot of sacrifice if you're going to be successful at it. So really, for me, being home, enjoying the things that really matter most, and that's them. And through all that, you meet people like the Gomez's. That's been a big part of my racing career, actually. People don't really realize it, but I got to meet them in 1996, my rookie season with the Outlaws, and we've been really good friends with them ever since. So, for 20 years, half my life, Donna's been like a second mom to me. So it's very moving and it's sad. I mean, it's everything. It's every emotion you can ever imagine. But one thing is, at least she's not suffering anymore, and she's definitely in a better place. And they're great people, and I'm lucky enough to have met them, and I met them through racing. So racing's is a win-win, and not only just racing, but the people you meet along the way means a lot. And one of the best people we could have ever met was Donna Gomez and the whole Gomez family. So it's definitely a huge loss to myself and a lot of people in the racing community, and she will deeply be missed. But like I said, I know she's in a better place, and Godspeed to her.
Well, amen to that, brother. Now, before you get on out of here, want to have a little fun. You drive a winged sprint car, which many of us would agree takes a tremendous amount of cojones to drive it at the level that you drive it. So what we were curious about, and Neil and I were talking about this morning, and Neil had to step on out. He had some business he had to take care of, but we wanted to know a few things. So we came up with some random classes of race cars. So I'm going to kind of run through them real quick, and you let me know if, given the opportunity, you would jump in it and just drive it completely flat, right up against the wall, give it everything it's got. So you ready to go? I got a few of them right here.
Yeah.
Okay. First up, we had to ask obligatory, the stock car, NASCAR style stock car.
I'd love to. Love for the opportunity.
And we thought you'd like that one too. A nitro funny car.
Yep, love to.
See, normally when we ask people that question, we go from the stock car to the funny car, and they say no way on the funny car. That's amazing. That's what Capsy likes to tell everybody. Supercross bike.
I prefer to watch.
All right. Monster truck.
I prefer to watch.
I think we're getting a pattern here, Joe. And then finally, a snowmobile.
Casual riding, yeah, I'm in. But watching like the X Games, I definitely prefer to watch.
He prefers to watch, and that is it, folks. Joey Saldana, thank you very much, Joey, for the time today. Good luck down in Florida, and we hope to be catching up with you real soon.
All right, man. Thanks for having me.
And that was Joey Saldana, our featured interview this week on Gas and Glory. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and iTunes. I don't know, we might have to get a Pinterest or something, maybe a sleep account, because Neil Quick has fallen asleep here in the studio.
No, I haven't, Kyle.
I saw the Z's.
Well, that's just normal.
Not the X's and O's. Valentine's Day is a week away, but I saw the Z's.
Yeah, that's a big day I'm looking forward to.
So all right, I got this question to ask. What do you get your wife for Valentine's Day?
Kyle, as long as I've been married, she's lucky to have me for Valentine's Day. That's pretty conceited. No, honestly, I don't know, Kyle. I forgot what I got last year.
So you don't have just like a lady that you call up and say, send over the Neil special?
Yeah, no. No.
I mean, I'm asking here. I mean, I don't know if you have a punch card or what do you have going on here?
Well, I mean, I should be reversing this and asking you because you're actually the ladies' man here.
No, I certainly am not.
Oh, yeah, you are. I mean, I've been with you. I mean, from track to track to week in and week out. I mean, most definitely.
It's all the hair and the announcer voice. That's all it is.
Oh.
Totally superficial.
Well, I think that, I don't know. I mean, who knows what we'll do. Maybe go out to dinner and hopefully have a night away from the kids. That would be awesome.
Maybe doing a little dancing and lip syncing to Barry Manilow.
No dancing, no singing.
Wow.
Maybe get to sleep or get to go to sleep on time. So that's nice romantic evening myself.
Well, there you go. Speaking of cool things for Valentine's Day, we will have some new R&R Racewear lady shirts coming out here before too much longer, which is actually pretty cool because, Neil, we have a lot of stuff.
You want me to model those?
I'm looking at you right now. I think you'd fill a few of them out really well.
Absolutely. Maybe we'll get some of those pictures up there for everybody.
I tell you what, folks, at that point, you would pay for us to take the photos down, not for the shirts themselves. Can we go for that?
Come on. Our Twitter account needs some more Twitter followers.
Yeah, not detractors. Anyway, but no. That leads us into something cool because, Neil, we actually have quite a few new stuff coming up there. Paul McMahon has an all-new line of merchandise up on the website now. It looks great. We've been selling some iPhone 6 covers. New Shane Stewart apparel and merchandise coming to the website featuring the 2015 Larson Marks Racing #2. And then, Neil, I'm going to let you take this one, buddy.
What?
All of our diecast fans out there, we got some news here.
Yeah, guys, we got some new diecast cars coming for 2015. Hang on, I'm waiting for the roar. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we got really excited about the diecast. I know there's several programs in the works and things that we've been working on basically as the off season's been going on. But really excited. New Shane Stewart, Larson Marks, 118 sprint car, 164 scale. Darren Pittman's got a new hot rod again this year that we'll be making a diecast. Schatz' new car coming out. Be sure to get over there and get as they come out from Diane from the trailer. They're going to be coming out here shortly. I know I'm looking at some of the other stuff we're working on, but as programs go, I mean, some guy named Brian Brown, too. I know.
Brownie.
Going to have a Casey's FVP sprint car on 118th and 64 scale. So, yeah, this is just the tip of the iceberg to kind of start it off, but some really good programs coming out.
Looking forward to that. I mean, we always love dealing with the folks that are so passionate about the diecast. And I know a lot of times people ask, what's going on with diecast? What's going on with diecast? Folks, we would love to tell you. But most of the time, these are very sensitive programs, and they take an awful lot of work to put together. So when we do get the announcements, we're happy to share them with you. But other than that, I mean, until everything is done and the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, we have to wait.
No, it's the diecast is there's a lot of things that have to come together to make it happen, and it does take time for it to happen. But we're starting to get where it is rolling, and we're doing new programs, and excited for some of the cars to come out earlier this year.
That would be awesome. I know I'm very much so looking forward to some of the new programs that we have coming out, and stay tuned Yeah, definitely. Stay tuned here. We'll keep you updated on Gas and Glory. If you're not a fan or a follower of our YouTube channel for R&R Racewear, be sure that you do that as well, too. Every hot off the press, every diecast video, everything that we do around here goes up on that channel. You can sign up, become a subscriber. You get an email from Neil and I. Well, actually, just me, probably. Anytime we have a new video come out. So, yeah, keep it tuned here, keep it tuned there, and we will keep you up to date with everything that is going on. Coming up this weekend, like we mentioned, the All-Stars will be at Bubba Raceway Park before going on to Volusia next weekend to kick off the annual Dirt Car Nationals. NHRA is at Pomona this weekend. And good news is, too, our good friends and local St. Louis boys, Ken Schrader and Herman, Kenny Wallace, will get it on down at Volusia here pretty soon in the modified ranks as well.
Yeah, it's good to see them guys going down there and going after it for the Dirt Car National deal.
Very much so. So keep it here, tuned here for all of the Team R&R updates.
Hey, did you see, I know TSR made some big announcements today on Facebook with the new TSR merchandise being available through their website.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, did you see that?
That is pretty cool. So check that out. The Tony Stewart Racing Facebook page, not just the Tony Stewart one, but the Tony Stewart Racing one, you can get the same gear that the team wears.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see the TSR stuff.
Yeah, it's all good-looking stuff. And then if you're really lucky, you can get the sweat-stained line, the grease-covered line, the oh my gosh, I just burned myself, it's got a hole in it line.
No, man, there's some cool apparel items.
Really
I'm going to tell you, the hoodie the hoodie design with the TSR.
Don't kill me, Misha.
Yeah, the hoodie design, the T-shirts, and there's several items with the TSR logo that's been made available. And be sure definitely to get out there and get to Tony's website, www.tonystewartstore.com.
Yep.
And get on there and get them ordered before they're gone.
And they have like flash sales all the time, which is really cool. So you got to follow along and see when they're doing their special deals. And you know, we just love Misha, Monica, and everybody over there at the Tony Stewart store, and they do great stuff. And now here's the cool thing, Neil, you and I can buy Tony Stewart Racing T-shirts and look like we're part of the crew.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go start turning the wrenches on the 15 car.
Kyle, I don't think that's going to happen, bud.
You want to bet?
They still got your picture posted from 3 years ago.
Yeah, I was pretty much a champ back in the day. Anyway,
in your own mind,
we move on to one of our favorite segments here on the show. It is time for Dropping the Hammer.
I'm dropping the hammer.
No, you're not.
Each and every week, Neil Quick and I go through and give you a driver or a team that we think is going to make a huge impact on the upcoming race weekend. And mine, Neil, this week has got to be Antron Brown. I think Antron Brown and the Matco Tools Top Fuel Dragster is going to go out to Pomona and lay the smackdown on the entire Top Fuel category, and that's including his own teammates Spencer Massey and the Sarge, Tony Schumacher. I look for Antron Brown to kick off 2015 in high style with a win out at the Circle K Winter Nationals.
I agree with you on that, and I'm going to back that up with Don Schumacher Racing teammate Matt Hagan, going with the Mopar.
Oh, yeah.
Mopar Express Lane funny car. I think Hagan, coming off the championship last year, I think he's going to carry it right into this year and going to be strong out of the chute.
I think it's going to be very interesting to watch Don Schumacher Racing and John Force Racing go at each other again. You've got, instead of it being Dodge versus Ford, it's going to be Dodge versus Chevy. Interesting to see how the Chevy Camaros, all the new components that John Force Racing has out there, matches up against the added resources and the tenacity of Don Schumacher Racing. It really is going to be a heavyweight bout come Pomona.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what the Chevys do out there with John Force Racing, and kind of exciting for the drag racing fans to get behind.
Very much so. Before we get on out of here, Neil, I know that you're getting excited about this. I know that it's right around the corner. Football season is now over, so in this office we shift our attention to something around here that is near and dear to your old ticker. Pitchers and catchers report here in
15 days.
15 days, just a little over 2 weeks.
Absolutely, can't wait.
How excited are you?
I can't wait. I mean,
this is your sport. Baseball is your sport.
I've been counting down to the day that it starts. So, me and Summer's here and going to have some fun and get to take in some baseball. And I'm much more of a baseball fan than football, of course.
We know this now. The question that I have to ask you is, At what point?
No, the Rockies are not even
No,
going to be in
hold on.
contention.
Hold
this
on.
year.
No. We talked about this. I'm no longer a Rockies fan after that whole owner letter after last year.
Oh, okay.
I'm no longer a Rockies fan. I cannot support that.
Okay.
But what I want to know from you is, what does the record have to be in the month of May for you to declare the Cardinals season over and done? Because, ladies and gentlemen, he has done this the past 2 years, and they've gone to the National League Championship Series both years. In the month of May, Neil stomped through the office after they've lost 4 in a row and said, the season's over. It's done. So what I want to know is, we've got a betting pool here in the office. What's your date in May that you're going to declare the season over?
I'm not. I think they're going to be strong out of the
Listen
chute
to this.
year.
We have this on tape now.
Yeah, I think they're going to be strong all the way through.
Oh, my. All right, folks. You were listening to it right there. Neil Quick.
I think they're
Wait till the month of May comes along, and then we'll hear how the season's over. The Cubs are going to win the World Series, and Neil's depressed.
Well, and I'm sorry. I mean, I know Joey, we did the interview part. Sorry about this, Joey, but he's a big Cincinnati Red fan, and unfortunately he has to compete in the same division that we do with the Cardinals, and we beat him every year. So I think it's going to happen again.
Fighting words right there. But that is all the time we have for this show this week. Be sure to tune on in next week. We'll have a full recap of what happened out at Pomona and down at Bubba Raceway Park. On behalf of everyone here at R&R Enterprises, he is the young stallion Neil Quick, and I'm Kyle Luters. We'll see you next time.
You've been listening to Gas and Glory, presented by R&R Enterprises. All rights reserved. Please visit the web's largest sprint car store today at www.r-rracewear.com. The views and opinions expressed in the show are the host and guest alone and do not directly reflect those of R&R Enterprises.